Alright then gang, so now we've added two features with Alpine to improve this codex listing. The next thing I'd like to do is use Alpine to help toggle between a light and a dark theme in this application, and eventually we'll be storing the user's theme preference in local storage as well, so that if they choose a specific theme, then they'll see that same theme when they leave the website and come back to it another time. Now, I'm going to split this lesson up into two videos. The first one is going to be to toggle the theme and add the styles. In the second video, we're going to hook the store up to local storage and we're going to persist the state in the user's browser. So then, I'm actually going to make a new store for this theme state because I don't think it belongs inside the codex one. So down here then, I'm going to say alpine.store and then we'll give this store a name of theme. Now, as a second argument, we need the object, and I'm just going to make a single state property in here for now, which is called dark, and I'm going to set it to be false by default. Then I'm going to make a method in the store called toggle, which reverses the current value. So to do this, we can just say this.dark is equal to not this.dark. So if dark was currently false, then not false is true, so it becomes true, and vice versa. All right, so that's all we need to do in the store for now. The next thing I want to do is conditionally add a dynamic class to the root element of the website, which is going to be dark, if the dark property is set to true, because then we can add some styles to style the website differently using that class to make a dark theme. So let's open up the app layout file, which wraps every single page in the application. And we're going to come to the top of that file where the body tag is, and we're going to add on two attributes. The first one is going to be x-init, which we need to add to make sure the store gets set up and ready to use. The second attribute is going to be to bind a class, so colon, then a class, and we're going to set that equal to an object. Now, I want to conditionally add a dark class to the body tag when the dark state is true. So we can add a dark property and set that equal to store with a $sign in front of it, .theme, which is the store name, and then the name of the property, which is dark. So now, when that property is true, the body should have this dark class, but when it's false, it won't have that class. All right, cool. So now we just need a way to toggle that dark property from the website itself. So we'll do this by adding a button to the nav in the layout at the bottom down here, and I'm going to give this a tailwind class, ml-4, to give it some margin to the left. Okay, and then next we need to react to a user clicking on this. So let's add the x-on click event listener and set that equal to something. And all we want to do in this case is call the toggle function on the store. So let's do that by saying $store, .theme, .toggle, and invoke it. And then also we need some dynamic text for the button as well, which we can add using the x-text attribute. Now, I'm just going to paste this in because I'm using some special characters, a sun and a moon, as the dynamic text. And since we use a ternary here to check the dark state value, it means we output the sun if the dark value is currently true, and we output the moon if it's currently false. Okay, so now let's try this out so far in the browser. Okay, so now we can see this little moon icon in the top right over here. Now, the navigation has gone a little bit strange. The dashboard link is now in the middle, so we'll sort that later. I think it just needs a little tailwind class. But I've also opened up the dev tools so that we can see, if we go to the body right here, currently it's got no class, but if I click on this moon icon, you can see now the class is dark, right? And we see this change to a sun. If I click on this again, well, the class gets removed. So now everything's working. We just need to apply the styles to give the dark theme a different look. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to fix that navbar layout because currently this went right to the middle, and we can fix that by just coming to the first element in the nav and adding the tailwind class MR for margin right and then setting it to auto. And that just means there's going to be a big space between this item and this. So both of these now will be on the right. Okay, so I'll save that. Then I'm going to go to the CSS over here. And I've just copied all my styles from the course files, so I would advise you to do the same thing. Paste them in, and if I scroll up, I'm not going to go through all these, you can see that I've added the dark class, and then within that, I styled the different elements of the website differently. So when this is applied to the body, then these styles get applied to the different elements inside the site. Alright, so let's save this and preview again. Alright, so currently, we see the light theme, the default styles. If I click on this now, then yeah, we see the dark theme. Awesome, so this is working. Click on this again, we get the light theme, dark, light, etc. All this is now working. Awesome. Now there is one problem. Currently, I selected dark, but if I refresh the page, or imagine I went away, closed down the browser, came back later to the site, well, I would get the light theme again, even though I chose the dark theme. So what I'd like to do in the next lesson then is persist the user's theme choice in local storage so that if they go away from the website and then come back later, we can look in local storage, and if that theme key exists and it's set to dark, well then we'll apply that dark class to the body so that it automatically styles it like this when they first load the page.